everyone, welcome back to the channel MLT Lectures. Today in this video we will cover up about identification of bacteria that is done in microbiology lab. Looking towards the definition first, it is a careful and a systematic process that uses many different techniques to narrow down the type of bacteria that are present in an unknown bacterial culture, which means when we culture or inoculate a sample into a culture medium and incubate it for a certain time, some organisms are grown in the culture media which are unidentified. To identify these microorganisms, we do many different techniques. So we include today all the techniques in this video. Before moving towards the lecture, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Microbiologists or technologists use 5 basic techniques to grow, examine and characterize microorganisms in lab. The 5 basic techniques include 5 different I's. These I include inoculation, incubation, isolation, inspection and identification. Now looking one by one, inoculation means to culture microorganism into a medium. The medium may be solid, semi-solid or even liquid in nature. Then after the culture media is inoculated, it is incubated. Incubation. Once a culture media is inoculated, it is incubated, which means putting the culture media in a controlled environment to allow for multiplication. Isolation. Isolation involves separating one species from another. After that, organisms are inspected and identified phenotypically, immunologically, and genetically. You may wonder why do we do culture of a particular specimen. It is done to isolate bacteria in a pure culture to demonstrate their properties and for further disease or studies of a disease. To inoculate a particular specimen into a culture media, we use different methods. The different types of methods used for culture are streak culture, lawn or carpet culture, stroke culture, stab culture, pour plate culture, and sweep culture. The cultures are then incubated. Small amount of microorganisms are grown. Then to identify it, we do microscopy. By chemical reaction, cultural characteristics are determined. Then serology is done. Along with it, molecular method and bacterial typing is also done. First, we look microscopy. In microscopy, we determine shape, size, and arrangement of a bacteria under the microscope. In shape, we see 4 different basic structures of a bacteria. It may be spherical, rod shaped, comma shaped, or spiral shaped. Here we can see in picture they are spherical, that is cocci, rod shaped, bacilli, and spiral shaped are called spirilla. Size varies from 0.2 to 1.5 mm in diameter, and in length it is 3 to 5 mm. Arrangement. Sometimes bacteria are arranged in pairs, tetrads, group, chains, or even in Chinese letter pattern. Here we can see a spherical shape, that is cocci. When the two cocci are attached together, they are termed as diplococci. In four, they are tetrads. In chains, they are called streptococci, and in clusters, they are called staphylococcus. Similar to that of bacilli, when the two bacilli are attached together, they are called diplobacilli. Bacilli chains are called streptobacilli. On the other hand, we can see Vibrio, spirochetes, and filamentous. Next, we check for motility. We use either hanging drop preparation or wet preparation. Next, we have spores and its position. The spores of a bacteria may be oval or spherical in shape. They may be bulging or non-bulging, and they may be placed either in the center, either in the subterminal, or they may be in the terminal end of the cell. Sometimes spores are free into the nature. Next, we determine capsule by using negative stain. To identify a microorganism or a bacteria, we do different types of staining. It may be different stain or a simple stain or a special stain. Some basic stains that are used in lab are Gram stain, Gill-Nielsen stains, fluorescent stain, and Albert stain. Gram stain to differentiate between gram-positive cells and gram-negative cells. Acid-fast stain for Mycobacterium species and non-Mycobacterium species. Albert stain for Clostridium. Then we see the cultural characteristics. After a colony is formed into the culture media, we can see shape of a colony, size of a colony, even the elevation, ages, color, hemolysis on blood agar can be seen. In shape, it may be circular or irregular. Size is measured then in mm. Then elevation of colony. It includes elevated, convex, concave, umbonate. Age may be entire or crenated. The surface of a colony may be smooth, wavy, rough, or glistening. Then color or pigmentation. Due to pigmentation, bacteria can be divided into fermenting and non-fermenting group. Then we see hemolysis on blood agar. This also can differentiate bacteria into alpha hemolysis, beta hemolysis, and gamma hemolysis. Here we can see different types of elevation, margin, and form of a colony in the culture media. This is the hemolysis on blood agar. Beta, that is complete hemolysis. Alpha, that is partial hemolysis, and gamma means no hemolysis of blood agar. Then we do biochemical reaction. There are series of biochemical reaction to be done to identify one single bacteria. These include catalase test, coagulase test, sugar fermentation test, hydrogen sulfide production test, indole production, citrate utilization test, MRVP test, urease test, nitrate test, and oxidase test. These all we will look in the next video. For this video, you can subscribe the channel. Serology. To identify specific serological reaction can be done of a particular bacteria. For example, Viral test is done for typhoid disease, which is caused by Salmonella typhi. Then molecular test PCR, polymerase chain reaction, can be done. This is a rapid detection test. It can also detect bacteria which cannot be grown or are slow growers. Lastly, we do is typing of bacteria. We do bacterial typing by bacteriophage typing or even bacteriocin typing. Thank you. Hope you like the content. Don't forget to